Welcome to the 2020 Valedictorian, Salutatorian, and STAR Student Virtual Celebration.
Well, good morning. My name is Dan Sims. I'm the Associate Superintendent for High School Single Gender Academies and Non-Traditional Programs. But most importantly right now, I am a fan of the Valedictorians, the Salutatorians, and the STAR students of the Atlanta Public School System. Now, normally during this virtual Val Sal STAR Student Breakfast, we'd be right here at Georgia Power. However, of course, our circumstances find it that we're not. But we see it fit for us to take this time to still celebrate you. This is our time to highlight some of the greatest and most amazing students in our school district who have risen to the top in the SAT and inside the classroom to be number one and number two in their classes and number one with the score on the SAT. We also want to take the time to say thank you and recognize all of our STAR teachers who had that tremendous impact on our STAR students. So while we are not here together, I am excited. And you know why I'm excited? I'm excited about the future because I know that when we finally get out of this pandemic, we will release Valedictorians, Salutatorians, STAR students into the world. And I am so confident that because of you and everything that you've done up to this point, you will help make this world a better place. We regret that we don't have the time right now to hug you, to look you in your eyes and tell you how much we love and appreciate you. But we just hope that this virtual opportunity will let you know just how much we are thankful for everything that you've done in our school district. We are blessed to have had the opportunity to be a part of your life, and we look forward to great things happening. But right now, we look forward to celebrating you. So sit back and relax and enjoy our virtual Val Sal STAR Student Breakfast, all for you.
Good morning and welcome virtually to the 2020 Valedictorian Salutatorian STAR Student Award ceremony. While COVID-19 has upended many of our plans, we could not let it interfere with our value traditions, including this ceremony. All of the members of the Atlanta Board of Education and I are honored to be here with all of the Valedictorians, Salutatorians, and STAR students to recognize them for their outstanding accomplishments. As Valedictorians, Salutatorians, and STAR students, you have demonstrated throughout your academic career thus far that you have the drive, determination, and abilities necessary to stand amongst the best of your generation. I don't know if that has ever been more true than with this class of 2020, the members of which have continued moving forward despite circumstances during the past few months that have been unprecedented. In addition to recognizing our scholars, we also have to recognize the teachers who worked long and hard to make new ideas interesting and difficult ideas comprehensible. And we must honor and thank our families who have provided support and encouragement to all of our scholars. Scholars, you have made it thus far, despite a pandemic's best efforts to stifle you. So never, never, ever let up. Continue to build upon your hard work as you face new and exciting challenges beyond your time with Atlanta Public Schools. Your ongoing efforts give us and all of Atlanta great hope and pride to know that you represent the future of our city, our state, our nation, and the world. Thank you, and on behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020. What an exciting time it is for you all to be recognized for the great accomplishments that you've achieved throughout this school year. You should be excited, and we are too. I am Audrey King, Regional Director for Georgia Power Company and sponsor for the 2020 Valedictorian Salutatorian STAR Student Recognition Opportunity. It is with great honor to recognize you for all that you've accomplished throughout this school year and throughout life. You should be proud of yourself for your dedication, your commitment, and the successful outcome. I'll share with you just a couple of nuggets for life that you can take with you, hopefully, and apply them and see the fruits of your labor. A, always be prepared for the unexpected. That's this thing called life. It will happen. B, continue to believe in yourself because you have demonstrated that you have the ultimate commitment that's required for success. And then C, always remain committed to the cause, just as you've done so far and demonstrated that you've got what it takes. The future is yours. You define what the next steps are in life. Just remain committed, dedicated, and devoted to the cause. You are well on your way for success. Continue doing great things, and the world will deliver back to you the success that you work hard for. Hard work and dedication definitely pays off. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Introducing Superintendent Dr. Maria Karstarpin. She brings an impressive record in transformative educational leadership with nearly 25 years of experience in diverse, major metropolitan public school districts. As a passionate advocate for APS and its transformation, she loves and supports the staff and students who make up this great district, and we are honored to have her lead us. Again, introducing Superintendent Dr. Maria Karstarpin.
Good morning. I'm privileged for the 6th year to present the challenge to the honorees of the 2020 Valedictorian, Salutatorian, and Star Awards ceremony. In the past years, we've gathered at the Georgia Power Building for a well-appointed breakfast ceremony to honor the best and the most beautiful of our seniors who are coming together with their amazing teachers to be recognized for their outstanding work. It pains me to see that we must continue to be apart when we should be together celebrating today. In some ways, offering a challenge at this time, right in the middle of COVID-19, a pandemic, feels a little anticlimactic and maybe a little excessive. Haven't you already been challenged enough by having to finish your senior year in virtual classrooms? On top of that, you've been asked to wait for graduation, wait for a lot of life to kind of pick up again. And you've been told to just be patient, that it'll be better or maybe okay on the other end. Yes, that may all be true, but I'm here to tell you, you will be challenged again and again, and that the patience that you learn to garner and utilize today to become your resilience is how it'll pay off for you 100-fold in the future. But I'm not going to deceive you into saying that the world hasn't changed. Yes, you still have to study hard, work hard, and play hard. That hasn't changed. But you will have to study differently, work differently, and maybe even learn how to socialize and play differently. But you can rise to any occasion because you're the class of 2020. Yes, we are in a pandemic, and it has been difficult, but challenges and difficulties and heartbreaks, they've all happened long before self-isolation and social distancing. They happen every year for some people, every week, every day, every minute. One of those heartbreaks happened a little more than a month ago with the passing of Reverend Joseph Lowery, the Dean of the Civil Rights Movement. He was living right here in Atlanta, where he did most of his civil rights work. His work on the front lines of equal rights for all influenced me and my decision to go into education and to actually come to Atlanta to be the superintendent. I was fortunate to meet with him a few times in person, where he always impressed upon me the importance of that personal mission. For him, it was civil rights. For me, it was social justice and education. For you, this class of 2020, the Valedictorian, Salutatorians, and Star students, it's medicine, business, science, math, engineering, arts, politics, and more. But there was something that he said when he offered the benediction during Barack Obama's inauguration in 2009. That seems most appropriate to tell you about today. He was actually referencing a speech he made a quarter of a century before that. Everything has changed and nothing has changed. I thought about those words as I reviewed the work of the class of 2020 and learned about the Vals and Sals and Star students and saw your college and career plans. It made me think about all of the work that you will do and that you will have to do differently. But then I realized that much of the work has not and probably will not fully change. But you can make a difference and move it just a little further down the road. As I wrote to you a couple of weeks ago in an open letter to the class of 2020, what I see as the greatest challenge and opportunity for your generation is rebuilding the world on the other side of this pandemic, making it a kinder, fairer, more just, and just better than it was before. The disparities and inequities in our communities have always existed. They have not fundamentally changed. However, they are exacerbated due to the coronavirus, and that is the world you will have to lead us through. We need you to remember that. I believe you're strong enough to persevere and to rebuild our communities for the better. To you, Soraya, Lauren, Alexis, Joshua, Emily, Soleil, Efe, Milan, Miriam, Lucy, Khadijah, and Jordan, as you go into careers in health and medicine, you must understand that the world will look to you as never before. It'll be harder to keep people healthy, safe, and to have them feel protected and loved. We are depending on you to get us through this pandemic so that we're always better prepared for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. The pandemic has made it even more clear who among us is the most vulnerable. I'm talking about our poor, Black, brown, disenfranchised people who need our help more than ever. But you must always instill that trust and care and confidence with patients, clients, and colleagues. That has not changed. To you, Rashad, Jakari, Solomon, and Menelik, as you go into careers in business and marketing, you must come up with new sustainable models and innovations that can survive the next crisis and not crash our markets and our economy. And it involves teleworking and teleschooling so that you have to be the ones to help us figure out how everyone who wants to be part of the future can have access to technology and education, because without it, the digital divide just grows larger. But you must always be true and ethical and fair and adhere to best practices. That hasn't changed. To you, Casey, Amari, Edward, Shania, Charlotte, Gary, and Tobias, as you explore careers in the arts from design to fashion to music to literature and film, you must find new ways to symbolize the human condition in a way where people feel respected. Our triumphs, our sufferings, and failures, and there have been many in the recent weeks and months. You must create new avenues for the arts, especially after a pandemic that has shut down so many of our artists. But you must always be honest, empathetic, and curious amidst your creativity. That hasn't changed. To you, Jordan, Wahad, Deja, Makila, Selena, Kavi, Clarice, Ethan, Lauren, Jasmari, to Destiny, and Blair. As you move into careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, you must create innovations the world has never seen for a future we have yet to comprehend. When we talk about a right to connectivity, a right to the future for teleworking and teleschooling, the right to good devices and high-speed internet access, you have to be involved because you're the ones who will have to figure out the technology, but you've experienced the best and the worst of it during this pandemic as students going into the future. And you must study hard, understand past innovations, and strive to advance your knowledge and capabilities so that we can advance with you. That hasn't changed. To you, Ari and Joseph, who aspire to careers in politics and diplomacy, you must strive for a better world where voices can be heard and respected, even amid disagreement. Our world has become so divisive that either side can hardly speak to each other these days. But you must never lose hope or sense of fair play. That hasn't changed. And to you, Ezra, who remains undecided about your college major or career. Yes, everything has changed. Everything has changed so much that it's hard to decide with all of the issues and opportunities you could take advantage of. So just as you're finishing your high school to determine exactly what you want to do for the next 5, 10, or 30 years, you don't have to do it right now, but please remember that there are so many people who need the incredibly bright students like you to step in and lean in to help others who can't help themselves. That hasn't changed. So remember, valedictorians, salutatorians, and star students of the class of 2020, everything has changed and nothing has changed. It was appropriate when Reverend Laurie first gave that speech more than 35 years ago. It was appropriate with President Obama in 2009, and it's certainly appropriate now. So much has changed. You will face numerous challenges that will demand greater innovations, much more work, and a higher level of patience and understanding. Bearing through these unprecedented times as the pandemic engulfed the globe has just been one of them. What hasn't changed is that Atlanta has a class of amazing students who will make us very proud. You've already made us proud. Your parents, caregivers, and teachers join me in allowing you to pause and enjoy this moment. You too should be proud of all that you have done to be here at this critical time and this benchmark in your life, which is reshaping the entire world. But more work lies ahead and challenges will come, and you will face them because you all have emerged stronger, smarter, with abilities, more maturity, and probably determination to forge ahead despite obstacles, challenges, distractions, and even pandemics. On behalf of everyone at Atlanta Public Schools, I will miss you. I love you. Blessings and wishes to all of you. Congratulations and good luck.
To be the valedictorian, honestly, I feel very proud of myself because originally, if you had asked me this in 9th grade, asked me if I thought I would be the valedictorian of my class, I would have definitely not said yes. I'll say what's special about me is the fact that I was able to learn that I matter. And so instead of worrying about whatever obstacles or adversities came in my direction or in my space, I still persevered and I still learned to navigate through them because once I set a goal for myself, I was determined to achieve it and reach it.
It feels very swell, I should say. I pretty much settled on the fact that I was going to be salutatorian, but I was totally unaware of the Star Student honor. My Nana taught me from a very young age, like the simple things, like multiplication, how to spell, phonics. And my mom, she's always the one in my corner. She's the one that's always been there for me. Even if I'm facing difficulties in my schoolwork or whatever, I'm gonna figure it out because I'm stubborn and no, I will not fail.
It's very humbling and I'm very thankful to be receiving this honor. I feel like not very many people pursue, academics and athletics as hard as I did. And being the son of 2 pastors, which is something else that's unique about me, I feel like they've always pushed me to pursue both just because they feel that I have to trust God and God will be able to guide me and help me to pursue both, even though in my human flesh I wouldn't be able to pursue both.
To be salutatorian of Drew, it's a very, humbling experience. My mother is definitely my rock in this entire situation. She's always been with me, especially with the passing of my father. She has done all this by herself, and just raising 2 kids I just really want to do right by her name.
It feels like an honor. I know I've really been working hard, especially when it comes to studying for tests, studying for the SAT, doing my studies. I feel that it really inspired me to push myself harder, to really want this the most. My dad actually told me when I was younger, I used to be on the swim team actually, and he told me when I was younger how even though I was the slowest swimmer, I came in last place, but I didn't stop swimming. I kept going and going and going. And I found when I reached the finish line, I felt like a big accomplishment. And I feel like I can relate that to my studies. I keep going and going and going.
It feels amazing because all the hard work I put in pays off. I'm a student athlete, so I had to learn how to manage academics and athletics. So it was a lot to go through, but it paid off in the end. It means a lot because I actually stayed because I could have went off to college early, but I stayed to get salutatorian. Being salutatorian means like it's more important than just trying to get ahead in football. Like academics is always first. What's most special about me is that I'm very caring. I care about how people feel. I care about helping others. So I'm also a leader. I persevere during adversity. I take things very seriously. I'm very committed to everything I do, 110%.
To be honest, I'm feeling so honored. I feel so distinguished, and I just feel like I had worked so hard in that school from the very first time that I got there. And I have had to work a lot with the teachers and make sure that I've done so many different things in order to get me to become valedictorian, such as having tutoring and having teachers who've worked hard with me. I think it's my strong personality that makes me special, and being deaf and having a difficult time having to accommodate for working with people who can hear. It has become part of my identity to be deaf, and also being black. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't call myself deaf and if I didn't call myself black.
A little bit shocking, to be honest, at first. There's a lot of very smart people in my grade. So yeah, I was very excited as well to get this honor. But also, I guess, proud of myself and my accomplishments. I think I've always been very competitive, and I've really enjoyed school. I kind of like the back and forth with teachers and doing well, and just kind of getting that, I guess, validation through grades. My experience in high school hasn't been like most people's. Like I said, I go to a small charter school, and so I think kind of having this understanding of priorities a little bit earlier on is different. I think a lot of people think, okay, I'm going to go to the top college and I'm going to get the best grades, and that's what I want to do with my life, and that's how they measure success, to just get that great job in the end and just be set. But that's not really my goals, I would say. I think my goals are kind of to cultivate people who I want to spend my life with, cultivate good relationships with the community.
I'm excited and proud of my hard work, but I definitely didn't expect to be salutatorian, so it's kind of surprising. I think my family probably supports me the most. They're really supportive of my intense work ethic, but I think also my school and my teachers play a large role in my education and definitely have supported me throughout my educational journey to the point where I am now. I have been instilled from my parents the idea of, kindness trumps all, and so I think that having that in the forefront of my mind has made me definitely the type of person I want to become, and hopefully one that is a good role model for others. And so I hope others deem that as what makes me special.
Being a valedictorian is a great accomplishment. I'm setting a great example for the ones behind me, other black males coming from my community, underrepresented community, and a underfunded, under-resourced community. My whole community has invested a lot in me, and that's why I can't fail. I have to get things done. I have to succeed. I can't have excuses. It's too many people invested in me. It's too many people believing in me.
It feels like I have accomplished a goal that I've wanted since 9th grade. I feel that I'm representing for the black women out there, being salutatorian, and honestly, it just feels great, like I accomplished something. I didn't really accept anything below an A. I wasn't like annoying with it, but I just made sure that I did my work. And yeah. My goal in life is to become a health nutritionist one day and to help people in my community achieve greater health, because in my neighborhood there's nothing but corner stores and fast food restaurants on every corner, everywhere you walk, and practically everywhere you drive. I just want to also build an organization or something that fundraises for families that can't afford to go to the doctor, because I know that's also an issue too. It's not just their fault, so they may not qualify for Medicare or they just don't have the funds to pay out of pocket. So I want to create something that fundraises for families to go to the doctor or get out of medical debt.
Actually, I'm in dual enrollment at Atlanta Metro, and I'm doing robotics clubs, actually middle of robotics season right now. So balancing going on trips and making sure I get all my classwork done, it's really difficult, but just learning to prioritize and making sure that even if I am busy, that I'm not taking breaks where I don't have time for it.
I'm ecstatic. That's the feeling that I can think of. Being that I was able to achieve a status like this, that's a great feeling. And me being the oldest of my siblings and my mom's kids is just like, they look up to me. And my mom, I know she's super proud of me, so I'm glad that I'm able to make her proud. I don't have a lot of people to per se look up to as far as, you know, the success picture. So me knowing where I want to be in life, that's what keeps me going, to know that I have to achieve this in order to get to the next step and continue on.
It feels amazing because about 2 years ago, I didn't feel like I'd be in this position, and to be here, I just feel proud of myself. I had came from Banneker to Carver, and a lot of my credits didn't transfer because, you know, I didn't understand, you know, how high school had worked yet, and I just felt like, you know, if I passed my classes, then I just move on. But that wasn't the case because my credits didn't transfer over. And so I had to start all the way over from like a 9th grader and like work my way up to be a 10th grader. And, you know, that came to becoming a salutatorian. My goals after I graduate is, of course, college, and I want to study physics and become an astrophysicist, and I want to one day work at NASA.
It feels great. All the hardships, the long nights of practice and studying paid off. Other than my family and friends, my biggest supporter is my advisor, my mentor. Her name is Brooke Shine. She has been there with me through thick and thin. I love her to death, and yeah, she's helped me with everything so far in high school. All my scholarship essays, college essays, she's read them for me. She helped me prepare for this. She's done a lot for me. We actually go out, help me community service, all things like that, yeah. I would say, I know a lot of people have it, but my personal self-drive, that what makes me special. Like, I'm just driven no matter what. Everything I do, I give 110%, and it's like I go above and beyond if I really want it. So I feel like my self-drive would make me special.
Feel pretty good, you know, being able to do this for my classmates is like a very great honor for me. It's not like it's not every day where you can call yourself the second best, because in the end, even though most people be like, oh, looking at the first, you know, the second always have to work hard to basically be where they have to be. So that's why I feel like it's a great honor.
I'm proud that I made it this far, but I didn't need the recognition of Star Student to feel proud. I'm always proud of myself. My mom and dad are teachers, so they always been on me, you know, about getting good grades and stuff. I would say what makes me special is my perspective, because, you know, it's one of a kind. Everybody has their own. I want to give my best, and if my best is me being confident, then yeah.
Honestly, it's just like, coming into high school, I had a meeting with my principal and my counselor, and I was like, I'm going to be your valedictorian. I'm creative. I think that's what makes me special. There may be one specific way to do an assignment. Like, let's say, oh, you have this project, it has to be on a board. I will create a movie for the assignment. Or my teacher will give us an option to do like a final, like instead of a final test exam, it can be anything else. I will create a board game and stuff like that. I don't know, I guess I'm out of the box.
It's definitely a humbling experience just to be able to represent my school, my classmates, and my peers as someone who is the ideal scholar at that school. I tell people all the time, regardless of what you want to do, just make sure you're the best at that. It's something deep inside of you in your heart that makes you want to be the best, but also you have to put in that work. You have to have that work ethic to just go home, sit down, study 5-10 minutes, to put in the time, to put in the effort. That it's not an act or a habit, but a lifestyle.
I mean, I feel awesome and ecstatic because, I mean, it's a huge honor, and my parents were excited when they first heard it. Honestly, I didn't even know that it was possible for me because, I mean, I struggled a little bit in middle school, but it changed as I got to high school. I said I wanted to like, you know, be better with my academics. I am a very adventurous person, and sometimes all my classmates can say I'm very sort of annoying, but I'm just a happy person basically, yeah.
I am more than amazed to represent my high school, Frederick Douglass, as the Salutatorian. I've worked so hard to become the Salutatorian. Ever since I entered the Gifted and Talented program in elementary school, it's been nothing but hard work. My mother doesn't accept nothing lower than a 91 in her house, so extremely hard. And also, I am a recipient of the 5 Strong Scholarship, which gave me full tuition to my dream school, Alabama State.
It feels great. I feel like I've made my parents really proud. I would like to go to college so that I could get a better education, to find a better job, and to make myself feel like a better person.
It feels surreal because in 9th grade I never expected to, keep up with my grades and participate in school as much as I did, and be able to balance it out for the past 4 years. I chose to persevere because I want to show people that even though they would say this or say that, or even though if I was going through things outside of school, I was still able to make it through and say that I came out at the top.
It's truly a blessing, honestly. It's very rewarding and motivating. It's a great experience to be such, and it has proven to me that hard work will pay off, and that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
I'm honored to be the STAR student. I put in a lot of dedication and hard work to get to this point. My dedication and focus in being able to succeed while others are doing their own things, I'll be able to focus on what I'm doing instead of being a follower and leading myself down the right path.
Well, when I first heard the news, I was pretty surprised. I have only heard the news last week, but it's a great honor, and I'm definitely very blessed and feeling very thankful to be valedictorian. I really love community service. A lot of activities I do involve going back to my middle school and helping the kids, whether it's through tutoring or I coach them for the middle school talent show, which I really, really love doing. In terms of classroom settings, again, I am in an IB program, and so a lot of the classes are pretty small, which I really like because it tends to create pretty intimate settings where we can get one-to-one discussions with teachers and students, and I really just value the connections that I have with other people.
It's really empowering. I honestly wasn't expecting it. I've been working really hard my high school career, but just to see it kind of all pay off in a culmination like this is really inspiring, and I found that it's inspiring for people younger than me as well. I want to have a career in the medical field. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm really interested by neurology and studying the brain and psychology and psychiatry and things like that.
It feels good. I was surprised. I was unaware that I was getting the honor, so it was exciting for me. I think I have a lot of different perspectives, and I think I can, I think I'm well-rounded, and I think I can work hard at school, but also be lighthearted and joke around and not take everything so seriously, but also be mindful of what's important and take that seriously.
I wasn't expecting this honor, but I'm grateful overall. I feel that people feel that it's the smart kid that gets the honor, but I feel like I put in a lot of work ethic, so I got it. I didn't procrastinate. A lot of people procrastinated, and it held them behind. I don't like to procrastinate. I like to get everything on time.
At first, I didn't believe it. I'm like, me? And I'm like, it was crazy when my counselor told me. I'm proud of myself because I worked hard. For once in my life, I worked hard. And it shows that hard work really does pay off. So I think it did pay off, and that's why I'm proud of myself.
Well, for me, it feels like winning a race that has lasted 4 years, and it's a huge accomplishment for me. I've worked really hard and put a lot of time into this. After high school, I plan to go to Georgia Tech, and I want to be an aerospace engineer. And I really enjoy groundbreaking technology, and I want to learn about these technologies and try to create the next big thing.
It's definitely a great honor, and it comes with a lot of praise and recognition. I worked extremely hard to get the honor because almost every night I would be checking my grades to make sure that I did every assignment that I could to the best of my abilities. The most important thing I learned was to always work smarter instead of harder, and just to fix or change your study habits, because that's going to help you more than spending more time. It's more of like quality over quantity.
It feels great. I feel like it really shows my ability to focus and lock in on a really specific task, and being able to be recognized for that feels really good. I would say my parents and my baseball coaches mostly support me. Playing baseball so much throughout my life, I've had a really good connection with all of my coaches, and so knowing that they have my back in the school building or just in my academic life is really helpful.
For the SAT for Star Student, I just put in a lot of practice. I took a lot of practice tests, and my parents especially encouraged me to, go out and really do like the best that I possibly could on that, and that fueled me. And then for Valedictorian, I just had a renowned commitment to academics. On the surface, I'm like very young compared to my classmates. I'm only 16 now, and that's how I'm gonna graduate. But one thing that I'm probably more proud of for special is just like being multifaceted outside of academics.
I was quite surprised to be salutatorian, but I'm certainly very grateful to have this honor. I've enjoyed being motivated by all my classmates, and I've had wonderful teachers and people along with me at Grady. It's been all the people around me, the instances and all the possibilities that have lined up just right to let me experience my life how I have. And just I've had so many wonderful people in my life that have allowed me to try out new things and have all these opportunities. That's really what has made my life special.
I feel really accomplished. I've been talking about this since 8th grade. I came into high school saying I'm going to be the valedictorian, and I just kept my eye on the end goal. I'm proud of myself because I feel like I made my family proud, more specifically my mother. She has always pushed me to just be the best at everything I've done. I'm special because I'm an intelligent African-American female, and I've done stuff that a lot of people can't do and a lot of people don't believe they can do. And so I just feel like I have set the example for others, like you can do it if you put your mind to it.
I'm actually lost for words because starting from when I can remember in like pre-K, I always said that I was going to graduate high school either valedictorian, salutatorian. I actually accomplished one of those goals, so I'm so proud of myself. What drives me is always thinking about the end goal. What can I accomplish from the work that I'm putting in now? What will be the end goal or the bigger picture, bigger thing that I'm accomplishing in the end?
To be the salutatorian of our graduating class, I would say it feels pretty good because I've been pretty much working as hard as I can these past 4 years. Someone who has helped me a lot through this journey has to be my mom. Pretty much whenever I needed somebody to count on, my mom was always there. So some advice I would give to scholars who are striving to be in the top of their class, one of the first forms of advice I would give is to live a little. So for me, find something that you love doing, and to do that, mix that with your academics. And for me, it was baseball, so that kind of helped me have a balance. I will also say is to see it through, because for myself, like my class ranking changed drastically over the course of pretty much 2 semesters, and it kind of surprised me, but I just kept putting my best foot forward in everything I did, and then eventually you never know, some things could change.
All right, I'm back. We have a surprise for you. Guess what you're getting? Valedictorians, salutatorians, you know what's coming your way. You are getting a wonderful medallion that solidifies that you were the one, number 1 and number 2 in your class. So congratulations. We hope you wear your medallions with pride. But for every single student, Val, Sal, Star Student, you have your own laptop coming your way. Yes, compliments of the Atlanta Public School System, our way of saying congratulations and thank you, and it will sustain you in college and beyond. So use it well, and congratulations once again.